3:32 a.m. A quiet house near the University of Idaho. Four friends, Madison, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan, are sound asleep after a night out. None of them hear the sliding glass door open. None see the figure in black creeping up the stairs. And in just 15 minutes, all four will be dead, stabbed to death in their beds. The killer? A 28-year-old criminology student named Bryan Kohberger, who thought he'd committed the perfect crime, but he made 3 fatal mistakes: a single strand of hair left on a knife sheath, his white Hyundai Elantra caught on security cameras, his own cell phone, pinging near the house 12 times before the murders. 4 months, Kohberger sat silent in jail, until now. Because what he just confessed to his cellmate will make your blood run cold. Stick around, because what you're about to hear changes everything we thought we knew about this case. Before we get to the shocking confession, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We drop new true crime deep dives every 3rd day, and you won't want to miss what comes next. November 13, 2022. 4 a.m. The King Road house was dark and silent, except for the faint sound of a DoorDash delivery being placed at the kitchen counter. Just 20 minutes later, a masked figure in black would slip through the sliding glass door. And what he left behind would become one of the most gruesome crime scenes in Idaho history. First responders described the smell of blood hitting them like a wall when they entered. Madison and Kaylee were found in the same bed, their wounds so severe, investigators initially thought a hunting knife wasn't the only weapon used. Xana's body told a different story. Defensive wounds covered her arms, broken nails, deep slashes, proof she'd fought like hell against her attacker. Down the hall, Ethan's body blocked the bedroom door. As if his last act was trying to protect someone, but the real horror was in the details. The cops kept quiet at first: a perfect shoe print in blood on the hallway wall, the knife sheath placed neatly next to Maddie's body, like a killer's calling card. Surviving roommates who slept through the attacks. Until they discovered Ethan's body the next afternoon. The scene was so chaotic, it took 8 hours just to realize there were 4 victims, not 3. And here's what still haunts investigators: the killer walked past 2 other sleeping roommates on his way out. He could have turned that house into a slaughterhouse, but chose not to. Why? For 48 hours, police had nothing. No suspects. No motive. Just 4 butchered students and a terrified town. Then came 3 breaks that cracked the case wide open. First, the white Hyundai Elantra. A grainy security clip showed it circling the house at 3:45 a.m., then speeding away at 4:20 a.m. But here's what they didn't tell the public: the driver made a rookie mistake. He turned left at a stop sign, directly into another camera's view. That's how cops got his license plate frame. Education is power. Ironic, coming from a PhD student. Second, the DNA. That knife sheath left at the scene. It had traces of male DNA, but no match in any database. So detectives pulled a sneaky move. They followed Kohberger to a pizzeria, snatched his discarded napkin, and bingo. A perfect match. Third, the stalking. Cell records proved Kohberger's phone had pinged near the house 12 times before the murders, always late at night. His own students later recalled him asking creepy questions: "How well do you know your neighbors?" and "Ever walk home alone after dark?" But the smoking gun came from Kohberger himself. While cops were searching for a killer, he was Googling, "Can police trace a phone turned off?" and "How long does DNA last?" at 5:30 a.m., just 60 minutes after the murders. Genius criminology student. More like a man who failed his own final exam. For 18 months, Bryan Kohberger sat silent in jail. No apologies. No explanations. Then in June 2024, his cellmate, a convicted fraudster named Mark, started talking. And what he claims Kohberger told him will haunt you. First came the chilling admission: "They weren't even my target." Kohberger allegedly claimed he'd been stalking another girl in the house, someone who'd rejected him in class. But when he entered the wrong bedroom and saw Maddie and Kaylee sleeping together, he just snapped. Then came the boast: the knife. I kept it. Cleaned it real good. Detectives later found his Amazon search history, enzyme cleaners that destroy blood, from the day after the murders. But here's what he didn't know, that K-bar knife sheath left behind had microscopic scratches matching one specific blade, and Kohberger's bank records showed he'd bought that exact model 3 weeks earlier. The most disturbing part? How he described Xana's fight for life: "That bitch wouldn't stop coming at me." Forensic evidence proves she grabbed the knife with her bare hands, her palms sliced to the bone. While Kohberger allegedly laughed recounting this, his cellmate noticed something strange: the killer's hands were shaking uncontrollably, but the real question remains, why confess now? Some say guilt. Others think he's playing mind games. The truth may lie in Kohberger's own words to Mark: "They'll never find all the pieces." Was that a threat, or a challenge? October 2024. The courtroom was packed as Bryan Kohberger finally faced his victims' families. The prosecution's opening statement hit like a hammer: this wasn't a crime of passion, it was a criminology experiment gone wrong. And the evidence they unveiled was devastating. First, the timeline. Cell data proved Kohberger left his apartment at 2:47 a.m., but his phone conveniently turned off at 3:15 a.m., just as he entered the victim's neighborhood. It pinged back on at 4:48 a.m., speeding away toward a remote forest. Prosecutors showed aerial footage of that area, fresh dirt patches where a knife might be buried. Then came the digital paper trail, his laptop searches for "how to plan the perfect murder" and "does bleach destroy DNA?" But the knockout punch? A recovered deleted file titled "Homicide Research Project," with the King Road house address circled in red, the defense's argument. This is all circumstantial. They claimed Kohberger was just researching crime scenes for his PhD. But their own expert witness cracked under cross-examination, admitting no academic would stalk a house 12 times at 3 a.m., as the verdict was read, guilty. The families wept. Kaylee's father clutched her graduation photo. Xana's sister mouthed, "It's over." But Kohberger? He just scribbled in his notebook, later revealed to be a crude sketch of the crime scene. Now he waits on death row. But here's what keeps me up at night: his final smirk at the jury. Not remorse. Not fear. Just the quiet confidence of a man who still thinks he's the smartest person in the room. This case isn't just about Bryan Kohberger, it's about every victim who never gets justice. If this story shook you, here's how to fight back: smash that like button. It tells YouTube's algorithm to push this video to lawmakers, journalists, and activists who can demand change. Subscribe with notifications. We're exposing real courtroom bombshells like this every third day, and next week's video will shock you even more. Comment "Justice" below. Let the victims' families know the world hasn't forgotten Maddie, Kaylee, Xana, and Ethan, because here's the ugly truth: Kohberger isn't the only monster walking free. But with your help, we can shine a light on these cases. Until the system has nowhere left to hide, don't scroll away yet. Look at their faces one more time. Remember their names. And ask yourself, will you be part of the change, or just another bystander?